In a bid to promote and protect consumer interests and rights in the supply of goods and the provision of services, the Ministry of Legal Affairs and Consumer Affairs launched the Consumer Affairs Office on Friday. Its role is to ensure protection of life and the health and the safety of consumers. The office will be headed by Ms. Marilyn Hosford-Williams as its director. Linwald Perrott, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour, speaking on the observance of World Consumer Rights Day, explained the mandate of the office.
The Division of Consumer Affairs is responsible for the discharge of statutory obligations as prescribed under the Consumer Protection Act 2018. Its main functions are defined under the following pragmatic areas: consumer advisory, consumer protection, investigation and redress, consumer education and empowerment, consumer research and analysis, consumer advocacy, and the representation on statutory and other boards and committees.
The Division of Consumer Affairs is responsible for the discharge of statutory obligations as mandated by the Consumer Protection Act functions. Perrott explained the benefits to be had.
Benefits of the Consumer Affairs Office include greater responsiveness to the concerns of consumers and the handling of their complaints, resulting in greater redress. Consumer rights are safeguarded and their interests are protected and promoted. Suppliers become obligated under the Act to respect the rights of consumers. Consumer affairs officers can now effectively perform their duties as they have the legal mandate to enforce the Consumer Protection Act.
Minister for Labour and Legal Affairs and Consumer Affairs, Claudette Joseph, outlined the mandate of the Consumer Affairs Office.
Now, the Consumer Affairs Office is mandated to provide certain administrative and technical services, including receiving, investigating, and resolving consumer complaints, engaging in public education about consumer rights and general affairs by laying reports to the Parliament, through the Minister, of course, publication and dissemination of reports, newsletters, booklets, posters, and other forms of literature for public awareness and education. Also, the Consumer Affairs Office is mandated to engage in certain market research and surveillance exercises. And therefore, the office must keep abreast with regional and international trends so that it remains relevant and assesses the likely impact of those trends on consumers.
The office will also be responsible for assessing the quality of selected goods that may impact the health and safety of consumers. The Legal Affairs Minister said the law makes provision for the establishment of an advisory body to the Minister and a tribunal for hearing and determining complaints.
Artificial intelligence requires that in serving consumers, it is done with greater transparency and more astute protection of consumer rights. In this regard, the protection offered by the current law will need to be revisited to make sure that we are in alignment with modern advancements in technology. In this era of AI, transparency will require us to serve our people in such a way that they make informed decisions.
Many of the services offered by the Consumer Affairs Office are available online on its website /llca.gov.gd/consumer. Christina John, GBN News.